All praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Ha Rukat Kudash. Double honors to our apostle elders, which rule Great Millstone Well, and Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom Wa Abba. So we went through Walmart, and I got a couple of my kids' toy, and this happened to catch my eye. Which you got this, this Barbie doll. It's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, so-called Caucasian Barbie doll for $11. And all these dolls are about $11. And you can see they're all supposed to be so-called Caucasians, right? But when you go over here to Jake, same doll, but dark skin, they got it for $2 on clearance. $2 on clearance. You see? Which they had all these dark-skinned dolls for $2 on clearance. And it just made me think of, that's how they treat us in society. They try to treat us like we're less valuable, right? But really, the Israelite, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian is worth more than the cracker. And when I say cracker, I'm talking about the Edomite, the so-called Caucasian. All right, it tells you in 2nd Esdras 6, and I'll start right here. It says in 54, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All right, so the chosen are the Israelites, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian, which been scattered throughout the world in slavery. It says, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people, talking about the other nations, which there's 18, including the nation of Israel, which in the land of Israel are bastards, counterfeits. All right, it says, as for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing. They are nothing. Do you see that? The so-called Caucasian and all the rest of the heathen are nothing, but be like unto spittle, meaning worthless, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel, which you don't care, right? You don't care about a drop when you got the vessel. Say you got a bucket, say you got a barrel of wine. You ain't worried about one drop, right? And that's what the value is of the heathen. They are nothing. It says, and now, O Lord, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing, so their reputation is nothing, have began to be lords over us and to devour us. But we, thy people, the Israelites, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands, because we sinned. It says, if the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance in the world? How long shall this endure? And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights before. Right? So he was talking to an angel, and the angel was pretty much prophesying these last days, which in the last days, right, the Lord's going to give everything back to the Israelites and take it from the heathen. The reason why we're under the heathen right now is because we sinned. It says in Tobit, chapter 3, it says, I'll just start at 1. It says, then I, being grieved, did weep, and in my sorrow prayed, saying, O Lord, thou art just, and all thy works and all thy ways are mercy and truth, and thou judgest truly and justly forever. Remember me and look on me, punish me not for my sins and ignorances. and the sins of my fathers who have sinned before thee. For they obeyed not thy commandments, wherefore thou hast delivered us for a spoil, and unto captivity, and unto death, and for a proverb of reproach to all the nations, the heathen, among whom we are dispersed. Right? So we're suffering because we have sinned. Now, we're going to be saved by Yahushua when Yahweh puts that commandment out. Matthew 1 verse 21. He's already paid the price. It says in verse 21, and she shall bring forth a son, which he's of the line of King David. He's a Judite. And thou shalt call his name Yahushua, which they show you a so-called white man named Jesus, which is a lie. But in fact, he's described as a so-called black man named Yahushua. For he shall save his people from their sins. You see? And that's why he went out and started to say, repent. It says in Matthew 4, verse 17, from that time Yahushua began to preach and to say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So the end of the heathen ruling has begun since Yahushua's resurrection from the dead. Soon he's going to give the heathen into our hand as slaves. That's why it says in Revelation 13:9, and if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So all we got to do is wait and believe on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and he's going to give us these heathen that have been so brutal to us, and we're not going to show no mercy unto them. None. Right? It tells you that in Revelation. Right? And 17. Might be 18. Let me check. 17. Yep, verse 6. Revelation 18, verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double. So talking about America. According to her works, in the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. How much she had glorified herself, which I just showed you that with these dolls. They glorify themselves, and then they look down on us, right? Saying that we have no value, right? The dark-skinned people have no value. It says, how much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And the reason why America is the top is because this is the whore that rides the beast. The beast is the European Union, which together they have NATO, right? And under NATO and under the European Union, America controls the UN nations, all right? So this whore, America, is Babylon the Great, who is going to be destroyed by nuclear destruction. It says, I sit a queen and am no widow, because she's a whore. The queen means whore. And am no widow, because they haven't seen no war. And shall see no sorrow, so they don't think they could be taken down. The pride of their heart have deceived them. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahweh, and his son Yahushua, who judgeth her. Now I'm going to jump down to verse 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh and his son Yahushua hath avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon, which is America, be thrown down and shall be found no more at all. So nuclear destruction is what America is going to suffer at the hand of its allies and its enemies. All right, the Lord's going to allow them, he's going to put it in their heart to actually do it, to destroy America with nuclear missiles. All right, this is after they make that implantable microchip mandatory for buying and selling worldwide. And when Yahushua returns, this is going to happen. And he's also going to apply the chariot fire, which he's going to mount all the soldiers that are gathered into the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, he's going to punish them in the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the valley of judgment. Yahweh is going to judge these nations. And just like he gave the Egyptians up for the Israelite, right? He ransomed by killing all those Egyptians for the Israelites, which were Hamites. He's going to do the same thing to the Edomites and these other nations as well. All praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham Ha-Rakakodash. Double honors to our apostle elders, which rule Great Millstone well. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom wa abababal.